Hi, and let's get you a message. Still very early. I've still got puffed up eyes, but I just felt cold to. I was trying to meditate and chill, but I just felt drawn to my table for today's message. Right, let me just get a card to define the collective first. The Empress. My divine feminine is more than likely. But hold on, King of Pentacles is making an appearance too. So I feel it might be for both. It might be both feminine and masculine message. Something to do with transformation. There's a death coming out. We have High Priestess and Queen of Swords. And Knight of Wands. I feel like there's some sort of deeper realization happening here in some... What I'm really strongly feeling with this, like, okay, if you're a feminine watching this, you did, in a big way, you had hopes for someone to, like, one of the first words came, settle down with you, or like somebody, like you had your eyes on somebody with whom you felt you can have it all, like somebody who you probably even put on some sort of pedestal. Can you actually look on this card, which I think is one of the only one like that I have, where the woman, the feminine, is literally worshipping the masculine, like literally to the point of, like, you know, massaging his fucking feet. Well, not gonna happen with me, don't like feet. But yeah, with that, on that note, so it feels like there's this element of feminine really worshipping that masculine, and maybe like even, you know, in a sense, like looking at this Empress with giving a lot of energy into, or a lot of love, or there's a lot of what, yeah, can you notice like on both of these cards? So is with the High Priestess, a lot of like giving, but I think with High Priestess it's more of like maybe trying to awaken, like, you know, trying to sort of get to that person by using their magic. But I feel like, you know, looking at this death, I mean, and this Queen of Swords, so I feel in a big way, oh my god, I fucking need to get myself a tablecloth. So with this death and Queen of Swords, and also, yeah, Knight of Wands I feel is important here too. So you might be beat as a feminine, you might be beating yourself down here for maybe expressing your truth harshly. Maybe you've called out this masculine on something, on maybe the barriers that they've been putting up. Because with the King of Pentacles energy, sometimes King of Pentacles, you know, can be a little bit, just because they so sort of comfortable with who they are and where they are in life, like, you know, they might be a little bit unmovable. So it's like this energy of like, yeah, because he's like really sitting in that throne, where you, like, you know, like with this Empress energy, like when her foot in that water. So I feel like, you know, you are more kind of out there. You are somebody who is not afraid to kind of put yourself out, to take some risks, to try things. And I feel it also comes from this transformation with this death card. So I feel like when it comes to the feminine in here as well, she experienced a lot of dark things. She literally met the devil, she slept with the devil, she looked the devil in the eye. And with that, like, I feel that's why feminine might be a little bit stronger in this connection, in the terms of overcoming darkness and overcoming difficulties. Like literally on these two cards, she's literally showing, like, I just see it, and it's showing like a middle finger to that fucking devil, and like, you're not having me, you're not gonna have me. The devil tried to have her, but she stood her ground and she came out of it. And I feel in a big way for this Knight of Wands that of course had to go on the floor. So with this Knight of Wands coming back, so I feel this is like this person like really admiring you for it, and maybe like even having like massive hots for you because of how strong you are and how you deal with things, how you're not afraid. I feel like there's a big admiration as well coming through with that masculine, but also slight intimidation. Oh my god, this needs to stop happening. So yeah, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. So I feel this refers to this person, and possibly you as well, still holding on in a big way onto this feeling, onto this energy. Maybe a lot of you here wishes still on that, you know, balance to be reciprocated, but it's a Knight of Pentacles, so things are not really moving things are not really moving with this person. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Because things are a little bit in a limbo. Somebody here is not making, like, you know, an executive direct decision, you know, and keeping you as well in this indecisiveness. Because in a way, you may be feeling like, you know, a little pull from them. Like, you know, sometimes they will let you know that you're still important, or they still want you, but then the other time they pull away. So this is, I feel, their energy, and I feel this is refers to the masculine as well, with having the masculine as well on the picture. So I feel that this might refer to the masculine side of this connection, who is just feeling maybe like, you know, because with Pentacles the worthiness comes through as well. So they might feel like they not good enough for you, or that you deserve better, or that you can find someone better. Because, you know, there's certain element of intensity here that comes through with the feminine, and that also is because feminine is awakened. She sees the truth here with the High Priestess, the Empress here. We have two of major arcana, you know, 2 and 3, that refer to that feminine power, to that intuition, to this caring nature of somebody who is not afraid to, you know, just come in and just look after everything and fix everything, and, you know, that kind of stuff. And also somebody who you're looking at, there's like that tool, oh god, I don't know the proper name for it, I forgot, I can't find the name, with that blood. So I feel this refers to you know, your past as well, and things you had to cut out on your way, you know, to be in this peaceful, lovely setting that, you know, you're finding yourself in now. So I feel like, you know, the only reason you are, you know, a lot stronger, a lot more tuned in, is because of the experiences that you went through. The experiences made you into this person that you are today, into the strong individual that you are today, that is not afraid, because you used to be as afraid as that masculine. So, oh, I'm kind of feeling as well. So something that possibly this person, I mean, you're masculine, I mean, the masculine in this connection. I'm not saying that, you know, it has to sort of happen, or you have to end up together, because it's going to be different for everybody. This might have had been just a connection for a lot of you that sparked that awakening, you know, inside of the feminine, you know, into her own power, into her own value as well. Well, with this 9 of Cups, I feel like in a very big sense, you know, when it comes to the masculine, the person here, they see you as they wish fulfillment. This is a funny thing, because I just got distracted, because as I was looking at this 2 of Pentacles, and I'm looking at this wolf hiding behind this figure. So I feel this might be this masculine who is literally hiding behind. Do you know what it is as well? It's like, I feel like they are very spiritual, they are connected themselves, they understand energy and life, but in a moment they sort of hiding behind that 3D wall. They hiding behind that pretendance and avoidance of not wanting to deal with it. But I feel like, you know, that coin is about to drop. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, the devil. I feel, oh my god, I feel it. And the reason that coin is going to drop, I think, is that sexual tension and that sexual attraction that has been building up toward you, coming from this masculine, is fucking insane. And I feel it's like, you know, getting to the point of like them not being able to tame it or control it. But I feel like, you know, so possibly a lot of you feminines in here, you might have had, like, you know, some glimpses of communication from your masculine, letting you know that maybe it wasn't anything like tangible or anything solid, but it was like, you know, the feeling of like you could feel that, you know, the connection is still there, that they still kind of pulling, that they can't let you go, even if you kind of call them out on, like, you know, look, you have to come forward with something solid, like, you know, you have to define yourself about what you want from me. And I feel like, you know, this is this inability of them to sort of being able to define themselves because of that fear and this hiding behind, like, you know, and then because if they do define themselves, I feel like they are so afraid of losing themselves because of your Knight of Wands. We're talking here about somebody who loves the independence. They love the freedom. Even despite of, we're going to get some more cards on this masculine. But yeah, we're going to get some more cards. But if you're watching this on Facebook, so this will be it. I'm going to only post the 10 minutes. Rest of it is going to be posted to my YouTube channel. All the links and stuff will be added to my description. Okay, so let's carry on because I wanted to I wanted to get some cards to define, to give me more about this masculine, because I feel like, you know, feminine in here, she is a bit hurt, she is a little bit disappointed, but you know, this is the person who, you know, had to do this so many times in her life. She has been beaten down, maybe not like fucking beaten down by somebody, but like, you know, beaten down to the ground. And she had to pick herself up more than once, all by herself, all on her own. She didn't need anybody's help. So that's why I feel like, you know, feminine in here, you know, she's that strong unit in the terms of that healing. And, you know, she was trying to kind of shine a light on him, but he hides. He hides like that wolf. He is so... Well, wolves are not normally like... But this is like a feeling of like a scaredy cat instead of a wolf. What I'm kind of picking up with this. So yeah, I wanted to get more cards. Oh my God, Judgment flipped out as well. I wanted to get more cards on that masculine. So yeah, this confirms perfectly. So Two of Swords, this is this avoidance, having a blindfold, not wanting to see the truth. Five of Swords, and I feel this is that fight, internal fight. And possibly, you know, there's something to do with maybe too much has been said, maybe just some kind of words that, you know, this masculine is really struggling to make sense out of. But with the Magician, I feel like this is them calling all their power back to themselves. And this is them being very powerful as well. There's some kind of power. Like I see him as a very, very strong light worker as well. They are also in this world to awaken it, to enlighten it. But he is still at the stage of playing an imposter. He's still at the stage. You've been there too. You've been there too as a feminine. Feminine has been there too. And you've been trying to numb it. And I feel like, you know, feminine in here, in this specific energy, in this specific reading, we're dealing here with a very strong personality that very often struggle to also deal with their own demons and their own head. Maybe like, you know, numbing mechanism came into play as well. Because yeah, there's a big trauma in here, like, you know, looking at that death again, there's a big trauma that comes as well with the feminine that she had to overcome. Not to say that, you know, that the masculine had an easy life up till this point, but I feel just because of this heavier experiences in feminine's life, she was able to bypass every little hurdle. It was like, you know, there was not a thing she hasn't been through already. So this is the point where, like, you know, with this Empress looking at her, you know, she is so unbothered, you know, she is at the stage in her life where she's so unbothered about all the fucking chaos that goes around her, because she's been there, done that, she came out of it, and she always knows that everything always works out for her. Where the masculine in here for now is a little bit like resistant to that kind of learning, what I'm kind of feeling, because obviously looking at that King of Pentacles again. So I mean, maybe like I said previously, that, you know, this can be an energy as well, somebody who is a little bit stubborn and unmovable, somebody who thinks they know it all as well. And also, like, you know, very important is moving slowly, somebody who moves rather slowly, who doesn't just, like, you know, even if they see it, even if they feel it, they they are building their foundation slowly. But yeah, we have that Judgment as well coming out for the masculine. So I feel this might refer to them having that major wake-up call in regards to your connection. Yeah, there's a Ten of Swords and that Devil still showing at the back. So I feel this is them still fighting their own shadows. This is them fighting, like, you know, something that you've already done before as a feminine. You've already done it. You've been in that darkness. You've done that healing. And there is something that I don't know why it's coming to mind, and I don't know if it's going to make sense. Maybe it will make sense just to a few of you. But I've heard, like, even when you look in, you know, teenagers, let's say, because obviously my daughter is at that stage now. So when you're looking at teenagers, you know, girls, just because, you know, they get their period around the age of 12, 13, 14, and obviously, you know, they becoming that woman. So they are just naturally becoming a little bit more, just because of the nurturing nature of a feminine, we are way ahead of men. I mean, boys. I mean, we're talking about teenagers. So the teenage girls are slightly ahead in their maturity and development in some way. They are ahead of boys. And same like obviously I remember myself going to secondary school, and I was already the height that I am today, which is 5'8", when I was 12. And all of the boys in my class, they were very short. Everybody was just very short, and I used to be called, you know, Holy Mother. That's a funny thing that just came to my mind. But yeah, when it comes to that, coming back to this connection, and so it feels like this is exactly quite important in here. So the masculine is still in that phase of learning. They are still kind of, and there's this ego as well, what I'm kind of being shown, you know, like, I've got like a figure. Like in a traditional deck of 9 of cups, you've got this guy sitting with his arms across, looking at his cups, being all proud. So I feel, yeah, you're dealing here with somebody and has all this male ego that comes to play. Because for a male to admit that they were wrong, oh my fucking God. And then to do something about it, because, you know, it's hurting and bruising the fucking ego. I mean, we all have an ego, even as feminines, we do, and you know. So yeah, there is something about that, and something about them still like being like stubborn, and I see this fucking arms crossed. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. Okay, my God, right. Let me just with that in mind. Hold on a second. I want to get. I have not used it, and I don't know if this is gonna actually. Let's hope this works. But yeah, let's just get some of the oracle. They called oracle. Yeah, I'll call them oracle. There. What's the tea? I mean, I've not been, like I said, not been working with it often, but I just have a feeling of kind of just grabbing it. I would like to see if it gives me a confirmation that's going to make any sense in regards to what's happening with this masculine. Because, you know, it's the feminines that are naturally just more curious and they want to know things. Masculines will be like, no, don't tell me, I don't want to know. I don't know why that comes through as well. But yeah, let me just get some what's the tea in regards to what is going on with that masculine. Because yeah, we want to know, don't we? Yeah? Make shit up for drama. Cloud hungry. That's what I'm saying. This card's like, you know, I'm still not sort of viral or nothing. Just for attention. Let me get some more. Bad karma. Fake flexing, kissing ass. These cards. Queen rising. Hold on. Then we have bad karma, fake flexing, this kissing ass. So if I was to, because yeah, I wanted to kind of, you know, tune into the masculine's energy in here. And yeah, having that queen rising and there's everything around. So I feel, yeah, this might refer to them, like, you know, just, yeah, with this bad karma card, like, you know, being afraid of messing something up for you, like, you know, because you're going through this grand rising, like, you know, in your life, you're glowing up, all eyes are on you. And I think, like, yeah, I mean, with this card, like, you know, it feels that maybe some people, when it comes to the feminine in here, like, you know, just because of your glow up and because of your, how your vibration is rising, you know, you might be making a lot of people jealous. Some of you might be having, you know, your own thing going on online as well. And some people might be feeling like, you know, that you fake flexing or, you know, you're doing it for attention and things like that. But, you know, with this kissing ass card, I feel like, you know, you as a feminine, you've overcame so much in your life. You genuinely don't give a shit anymore about what anybody else got to say about yours. You know how energy works now. You know that, you know, you are the god, the king, the narrator of your life. And nobody can in any kind of way. I mean, they can and they will when they will try. Why is this broadcast card coming out again? Love on the brain, thief. Wasting time, stuck on changes. My God. So with this broadcast card, so for some of you, yeah, what I'm kind of feeling as well coming through. So the reason, you know, not the same thing is going to be the same for everybody, but some of you, you know, the reason for your masculine to pull away or feeling like, you know, they're not worthy or something. What's coming through with that? I feel that, you know, some of you here as feminines, you might be earning more money than them, or you might be having better jobs than them. And, you know, they might be feeling in some way like they're not earning as enough as you, and that makes them feel, you know, inadequate in some way. But, you know, with this thief and love on the brain, I feel this refers to, you know, you stole their heart in some way, and they lost in a fantasy. They just can't stop thinking about you, and love that never left. So yeah, this is in regards to something that, you know, has been haunting your mind for a while. And, you know, and I feel like for a lot of you in this collective, guys, you know, as that Queen rising, so I feel this specific connection that, you know, you felt so strong about has been a massive accelerator to that rising too. Wasting time. So I feel like, oh God, some time might have passed. And I feel like, you know, the masculine here is stuck in some sort of repetitive kind of negative cycle in their own head. They're not doing anything. Nothing's happening with their life. Things are slightly on pause. Talking shit, crying over you. Oh my God, I feel this refers to whenever you had been in contact recently, like within the last few months, 2 months tops. So if you've been in touch and whatever they've been telling you, like if they might have been putting up a wall, they might have been acting like they don't care. They're really good at that as well. They're really good. You might be dealing here with somebody who has, like, you know, very massive difficulties with expressing their true feelings. And whenever true feelings arrive, they're just putting up like a paralyzed wall. Like, you know, they just don't want to, because of how gentle actually their heart is, in fact. So this crying over you, I feel there's a lot of tears. They're crying over you a lot. And as a tuned in feminine, for those of you who are tuned in yourselves, and you pick that up sometimes. Maybe sometimes you cry for no reason. Like, you know, you have no reason for you to be sad or anything like that. And you just all of a sudden feel like a strong pull of sadness. And if you feel like you want to cry, that will be them. And yeah, and they're talking like, when this talking shit, I feel this refers to them just like, you know, talking shit about themselves, putting themselves down. Was there anything else that flipped? Yeah, we're going to just finish it here because it's getting long. Bankrupt, cyberbully, moving on, fake smiles. So I feel like, yeah, okay, with this bankrupt, cyberbully, I feel that doesn't necessarily have to refer to money. I feel like they are exhausted in a sense, emotional sense. This emotional bankruptcy, yeah, this doesn't have to refer necessarily to money, all of this thing. So I feel like they haven't got a lot to give emotionally at the moment. They feel a little bit beaten down, hiding behind screens. So with the cyberbully, I might not necessarily refer to bullying, but I feel this is more of them still wanting your energy and keeping an eye on your energy. And, you know, whatever, if you do have an online presence, so that'll be for those of you. If you don't, obviously it's not. There might be some other different ways of them keeping tabs. Fake smiles, moving on. So I feel this refers to maybe both of you trying to move on from this. Maybe both of you trying to move on from this, but that's like you're both being very fake about it. Like, you know, you both really want each other. And I feel like, you know, even in the terms of separation, no matter how long it's been, because for some of you it might have even been years, or, you know, it's in that situation. And you wanted to kind of move on from that, but it feels like, you know, this is like a fake flex in this sense, like, you know, that you try but you can't. You know, this is something that that both of you can't really stay away from. And oh my God, this is such a I might do another reading about this and do a little bit extended reading, because this is a bit of a fucking clusterfuck in here. Because, you know, what I'm kind of instantly picking up with that is just like, you know, two very strong individuals who are very much in love with each other. And, you know, there's this stubbornness and this ego that is coming into play. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that, and then just, yeah, just watch for the next extended part. I might do some in a minute. Okay, love you, bye.